Greetings, dear respected audience. This is Esther Mala, your firstly and successful global educator, corporate trainer, SDG and ESG, SDG, ESG, and technology enthusiast from Malaysia, who not only focus on her life but also desire to see others excel in their lives by offering quality education for all. Dear precious audience, esteemed academicians, our dedicated project team of Elegant Empire Education welcomes you to the Real Talk with Experts Sustainable Development Goal Forum. We are privileged to have Assistant Professor Dr. Anjum Qureshi here with us today. She is our host and the project leader for this SDG forum. In this forum, we will explore transformative strategies that empowers community through knowledge. Together, let us engage in insightful discussion that inspires action and foster collaboration for a sustainable future with our honorable, respected panelists, Coach Vilma Dalus Barbosa. Our topic today is related to SDG 4, 5, and 10. The title is Education as the Key to Reducing Inequalities, which empowers girls and women through learning and global opportunity. Let me introduce her. She is Coach Wilma is the founder and CEO of Believe English Academy. She's also an English teacher. She's an international speaker and interpreter. Passionate, she's passionate about lifelong learning. She leads projects connecting students worldwide through virtual exchanges, empowering them to build confidence and succeed in a globalized world. Coach Vilma de Luz Barbosa is a Brazilian educator with over 21 years of experience in teaching English, Portuguese, and Spanish. She holds a degree in and languages and a postgraduate qualification in teaching English. As the founder and CEO of Believe English Academy, she mentors students struggling with English communication using innovative techniques like neuro-linguistic programming, which is NLP, to boost confidence and fluence, and many, many more. She also won many awards, and she is quite a prominent figure internationally on online platform. Uh, Welcome, Coach Wilma. Thank you for joining us in this vital conversation. Welcome.
Thank you, girls. It's a great pleasure being here. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really, really honored to be here.
Yeah, thank you for your time. I know you are a very busy person, but yet you accepted our invitation uh, when we invited you. Thank you. We are also honored to have you today. Yeah, for this, uh, I'll pass the session to Dr. Anju. Dr. Anju, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Esther, and greetings to everyone. And today we are going to discuss again another important SDG. In fact, we are correlating SDG 4, SDG 5, and SDG 10. We'll be discussing on how education can help in reducing inequalities. Dr. Esther, can we just start with this slide? We will just have Dr. Wilma will just be having a short look like what our topic is about, and then we'll be starting with the discussion. Yes, when we talk about education and when we are correlating it with SDG 5, which talks about gender equality, yes, women's education, that is very, very important because education is a way, it is not just that a woman will be aware, a woman will be able to be self independent, and the woman can also take charge of her and her family, and she will be a person and help her family also to be responsible equally. So yes, women's education is very, very important. It is not just about owning, but it is about having a brighter future for everyone. If you see inequality, it is in education field. and inequality. So today we'll be discussing why this inequality exists, and if we try to remove this inequality, or if we reduce the gap that has been existing, so how it will be help in making a difference. And we know that the rate of inequality, especially gender inequalities, if we talk about, the scenarios were different in different countries. And as we see, even we three people, women joining here, so we are from three different parts of the world, and we will be discussing, we will be seeing, I think, in the midst of we can even reflect on how is the scenario in our country. Inequalities, yes, gender inequality, we discuss this at many times, but as SDG 10 says, reducing all types of inequalities. So, yes, there are political inequalities, there are economic inequality, there is inequality of opportunities, there is inequality of access. So, there are different types of opportunities, and today we will be discussing on how education will not only empower women, and how education will help in reducing the gender equality, but we'll be having a broader discussion on how education will contribute to reduce other types of inequality like economic, social, and political. This was just a brief introduction about uh, what we will be discussing about. And dear audience, let me tell you, today we have another analyst with us, Coach Wilma from Brazil. And so, ma'am, let's start with the discussion. So, as I was talking about education, and you are also an educator, a very well
The voice
renowned
is,
educator.
yeah, sorry, Dr. Anjum. The voice is breaking, yeah.
Yeah, it
Okay,
is. It's breaking.
Yeah, it's first
Mm-hmm.
time like this. Always, that's no, it doesn't happen.
now is it okay?
Yeah, yeah, it's okay now. It's
Can you
okay.
hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I
Uh,
can hear you.
So to start with
le-
the
It's
discussion,
raining.
I would like to ask my
Oh, she had problem. That's why. 1 minute, she'll come.
yeah, I guess her connection is not that good.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
I
It's
can
like,
hear you perfectly.
yeah, Asia side, it's like raining daily, Asia here. So
Mm-hmm.
this side, closer to Australia, Malaysia, it's like raining every day here.
Mm.
Mm. But India also, many northern part, she's staying in northern part. So there's flood in Punjab, so I think she will log in again. Sorry, dear audience,
Okay.
sorry uh, for this. So maybe I can ask you the question.
Sure.
I can ask you. I will just start with
Sure.
the first question. Yeah. How can educators help bridge the gap in learning for students from disadvantaged backgrounds?
Well, as an educator and a mentor, I believe that the first step to bridging the gap is to see the students beyond their academic performance. Because many schools they are just worried about having that the students have good grades, and they are just worried about teaching them from the books, memorizing pages, completing pages, but they are not interested about their backgrounds. And this is really, really important that we understand the students' backgrounds because many students, mainly from disadvantaged backgrounds, they carry visible barriers like lack of confidence, lack of resources, and sometimes the feeling that education is not for them. That's why I believe and I like doing this talking with the students, understanding what's going on in their lives, because this way we will bring them next to us and they will tell us about their problems and it will be easier for us helping them. And educators can bridge this gap by creating safe, supportive spaces where every student feel valuable and capable. Practical strategies include using accessible language, adapting materials to the context, and showing that learning connects to real life. And this is what I have been doing for long. From my own journey, growing up in the poor countryside of Brazil, I know that what truly changed a student's path is not only access to books, but the access to mentors who believe in them. We need to teach our students that we believe them and that they should believe in themselves. I believe that when the students believe they can learn, and when they they see that we believe them, this ignites the motivation, and the motivation leads them to transformation. So bridging the gaps means teaching them empathy, connecting knowledge to purpose, and equipping students with not just skills but confidence to use them. We need to motivate our students to use what they are learning from the books in real life. Then they will be using what they are learning to make their better lives, not just memorizing and doing exams now very often.
Yes, yes, of course. That was really a wonderful answer. And you were talking about education and how education will help in bridging the gap in learning for the students from, especially from the disadvantaged background. And we need to, talk much about it. Because most of the time we just talk about reducing the gender gap, but there are many more gaps that we discussed. So, in this, the next question, I would just like to ask, what role will inclusive teaching play in reducing inequality in the classroom?
Inclusive teaching is fundamental. When education excludes, it deepens inequalities. But when teaching is inclusive, considering gender, cultural background, learning styles, and emotional needs, it gives every student a fair chance to succeed. That's why I said before that it's pretty important that we talk with the students, that we listen to them. Because if the student comes to our class, but they are worried about some problems they have at home, they are worried about something, they are not open to learn what we are trying to teach them. So it doesn't matter how prepared your class is and how interesting it is. If the student is not open to learn, if they are not paying attention, if they are not open heart, there they won't learn. That's why it's important that we talk with them, that we listen to them. And this is something that I struggle bringing the teachers this idea that it's okay to have some time of your classes to listen from the students. Some teachers say that, oh, Vilma, it's a waste of time. You are wasting your time sitting on the ground and listen to your students. But in my opinion, and I have leaded some projects on that, this is the most important part, because when the students open the heart to you, when they open their lives to you, you understand what they are living in their homes, you understand their problems, and then when we talk with them, they realize, wow, the teacher is worried about me, and then they are open to learn anything that you want to teach them. So listen to them, worry about their problems. I know that in a big classroom that would be difficult, but maybe 5 minutes of your class in the beginning that you listen to them, that you give them the opportunity to tell about their activities on the weekend, their things, because when kids come to the classroom, they want to tell us what they were doing on the weekends or about some news. They are excited to tell us. But when they hand up their hands and we just say, "Shut up! Now I'm the teacher. I'm speaking. Please listen to me. Be quiet." They won't be interested in learning what we need to teach them. So give them this small space, and then you will have them for the rest of your class. It's really worth it listening to them. Then they will learn how to trust you, and then this way we'll be having an inclusive teaching. They won't be just memorizing pages, but learning for real life. And this is the most important thing. In this way, we will help them grow, not just their grades, but as human beings. We'll be helping them.
Yes, of course. We teachers need to be inclusive because we get students from diverse backgrounds all the time, and we need to understand them. If we just think of like, okay, this is the topic that I want to teach and go and start teaching, if we don't try to understand them, they may be having their own difficulties, some kind of, something they must be going on in their mind at their homes. So yes, we need to understand that. And like we are trying to today we are trying to discuss on bridging the gap, especially through education. But if we look at the scenario about the women, if they are into developed countries or sometimes they are living in metros or in cities, they are still in a better stage where they are getting good opportunities for education and then employment opportunities. In fact, if we try to compare them with the women living in developing countries or with the lower economic status, so this marginalized countries or the communities, their women don't still have such equal status. So, in your experience, like how access to quality education will impact the long-term empowerment of girls and women in undeserved communities?
Well, I have seen how access to quality education is life changing for girls and women. It is more than literacy or degrees, it's the foundation of independence. And this is what we talk a lot about when we work in our projects. When a girl receives education, quality education, she gains the ability to make informed decisions, to stand up for herself, and to break cycles of independency. She also becomes a role model for her whole community. Research shows that educated girls invest more in their children's health and education, creating a perfect place and the effect for the future. And this is very good for the next generations. In my project, Educating for the Future, that we work here in Brazil along with BPW, so we focus on education as empowerment. And I've seen young girls discovering that learning a new language or developing communication skills can open doors to scholarships, jobs, and international opportunities they had never imagined before. And this is what happened to me. And I was born in a very poor family, and education was the what changed my life. Education was what brought me the chance to become a better person. Education brought me the opportunities to learn English and years later to connect with people from different countries, learning from them. And education was what brought me from the poor countryside to the United Nations to talk with leaders from many different countries. So education was what changed my life. And this is what the project Educating for the Future is about. To show the girls, mainly the ones from the poor community, that believe that education is not for them, that a good future is not for them. So the project is there to show them and to empower them that through education they can, yes, they can have a good future, they can have different opportunities, because for many of them, their grandmas, their mamas didn't have the opportunity to study. They just had many children and were at home taking care of them. Some of them were suffering domestic violence and things, and then they think, my future is like my mom's and my grandma's. But with this project, we empower them and we show them that there are many opportunities for them to study for free, doing many courses, learning AI, learning new languages, going to university with scholarships. So we are bringing them new chances, and that's because of education. So education, mainly for the poor girls, education is the only way, the only chance they have to have a better future.
Yes, of course. Education is it actually opens the door to many opportunities. It is a chance to have better future. And as you said, the women who are getting educated, they must come forward and they must become role models so that the present generation, the girls in the present generation, don't feel that they are going to have the same future as their earlier generation, their mother or their grandmothers must be having. So that was a very powerful thought, in fact, and these people are trying to come out of it. Like, and we women, should also change the mindset. Like if we when we see our daughters, we should also think that the time that I have faced, my daughter shouldn't be facing. And
Guess we lost the hair again.
Yeah, well, sometimes it happens once in a while, not like today, like twice. Yeah. Okay. So as you have shared, yeah, I think if you ask my view, I said if girls, these women are given a proper education, the higher education, not only basic skill education and all that, so they can create future. They
That's
can
true.
create their own future. They can create their own livelihood. How am I going to make money? Like entrepreneurs. Many are self-made entrepreneurs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
yeah. So education is important for each and every women and girl
And
child.
for many, this is the only chance we have.
Yes, it's the only way we have. You see, when we Indian, we have a proverb saying that if um, a family has educated woman, okay, maybe especially the mom, if educated, the whole, not only the whole family is educated, the whole community will be educated, the whole nation will be educated. So that
Yeah.
is so important, our role as women. Yeah, Dr. Anjum,
And
welcome back. Welcome back. Okay.
yeah, sorry, I'm
Yeah.
facing. I don't know why it's happening today. A lot of net issues.
Yeah, today your line is quite
Okay,
bad. Yeah.
so yes, now yeah. Yes, now there is one more thing that I feel that when we talk about educating the girls, so yes, there are many obstacles, many barriers that the women face, though we try to educate them. But so, according to you, what are the most significant barriers that the girls and women will face in accessing global opportunities today, and how can education help in overcoming them?
the most significant barriers are still economic, cultural, and psychological. Because many girls they saw the way their moms were living and they learned from their moms and their grandmas that it was difficult for them and they believe that they don't deserve many of them. So when we get started with the projects in the poor communities, the first barrier is that their way of thinking, they don't believe that they deserve a better future. They don't believe that it's possible having a different future than their previous generations had been having. And economically, many girls still leave school early because of financial struggles. Culturally, in some societies, the expectations for girls are still limited to domestic roles. So here in Brazil and in many other countries, the girls are many girls they are still raised to be the at home taking care of kids and taking care of their homes while the husband will be bringing the food and providing everything. So they believe that their place is at home. And psychological, many of them, as I said before, they doubt their potential because they have never been encouraged to believe in themselves. Then that's why it's really important that we teachers, mentors, mothers, that we empower our girls, that we talk with them, that we show them that education is the tool to overcome all the barriers. That education provides the knowledge to be independent, to be participating in the in global tables. And for example, when women learn a global language like English, they gain access to international scholarships, professional opportunities, and sit at a global table. Education literally changes the map of what is possible for them. So education brings them the power to be what they want to be. And the most important thing that we realize when we are educating the girls is that here in Brazil we have a serious problem. Probably in your countries you have a problem like that. There are many girls and women being killed and spanked by their partners, by their family members. Our children are suffering domestic violence, teenagers, women. And when they study, when they go to universities, when they have a good job, they can't stand that. They say, no, this is not for me. You can't do this for me. So when we empower our girls to study, we teach them that they are valuable, that their life matters, and they won't accept their partners being spanking them. They will know that their life is important, that they are important, and then they won't accept living in a place where they are not um, treated with respect. So education is the key to prevent violence, domestic violence, and even we have been working with some projects and we have realized that educated girls are less likely to believe in, I mean, there are many people on the internet saying that offering jobs abroad or offering them opportunities to change their lives, but in fact it's just a call for human trafficking or domestic violence or something. So if they study and they have a good job or a better life, they won't believe these people. So we are protecting them against many awful things that can happen with them when they study. So studying is really, really important. When we teach them the importance of studying, when they believe it, they are protecting themselves from lots of things that can happen with them. And this is the main idea of our project. And we can see the results. We can see that it's real. We are protecting our girls. We are protecting our teenagers against domestic violence, against being sexual abused, against human trafficking. But by the simple fact that they are studying, they are learning, and they are understanding their importance in society.
Yeah, Coach Vilma, I would like to just ask, just discuss about this. You see, so what would you say? Would you agree if I say that many professional women in a very good position in society, okay, they often suffer uh, domestic violence, abuse by their partners, their peers who are men, of course bullying is happening everywhere. Even women can be bullies, but if you talk about domestic violence, why do you think these professional women, highly educated women, are suffering? How is it in Brazil? Is that the case?
Uh, Yes, in Brazil it also happens. It is less frequent than the ones who haven't studied, but it is also happening. I believe that this still happens because these women, despite their good profession, and some of them are rich ones and they are suffering because they believe that the partner will change. They
Ah,
believe that they will change. And then
exactly.
if they spank them and they say, oh, I'm sorry, I will be better, and then they believe that they will
Yes.
change, but it won't change. So here in
Yeah.
Brazil, we have been working with many campaigns
Yes.
against domestic violence, and there are many, many cases of women being killed by their partners, many of them. It's terrible. And we are working hard on this, trying to show them that if you were spanked once, don't believe because he won't change. It will
Yes.
happen again and again. It's a hard work, but
Hard
it
work.
is, yes, hard work to change this mentality. But if we educated the girls, it is less frequent that that happens.
Yeah, you see, like especially if you have a narcissistic partner, you see. So what I think also, education. I mean, like your professional education. besides psychology and all that, it's totally different than lifestyle. Yeah,
That's true.
lifestyle, relationship. So I think we women got to learn. Women as well as men have to learn about relationship. You can be educated or not, that doesn't matter, because education, that is different, to apply our skills at work and our daily life to improve our lifestyle. But again, relationship by itself is totally a different thing, because we can see, that's why you see, in my country, if you ask me, I observe, although the less educated, the lesser education they have, they live happier life compared to those women who are career women, professional, earning well, because the men, their partner, they don't understand about their partner who's doing well. They often feel inferior, because when the man feels inferior to their partner, there comes the problem. You
That's
see,
true.
especially in Asian countries, it happens. So I think every man and women, especially today, since we are talking about girl and women, we should also educate them in the area of relationship
That's
with your
true.
spouse, relationship with opposite sex. If we understand the opposite sex, it's not only if you're married to the person, even your brothers, your colleagues, your peers at work, you must understand the opposite gender, what they say, what do they mean by when they say something, what do they mean when they do something. It's totally different than women, right? How
That's
we
true.
think, how we are wired, compared to the men, we are different. So I think um, learning about relationship, every woman, especially professional women, career women, should learn about relationship to have better life, work life as well as family life. No,
Yeah.
this is just to reduce domestic violence and abuse and harassment at work.
Yes, and I believe that it should be something that we would be teaching at school, girls and boys, because we are working with the girls, we are empowering them. That's amazing. But at the same time, we are not working with the boys. We are not
Yeah,
teaching them how to respect and how important it is. And
yeah,
then I completely agree with what you said that we need to teach them about relationship, how to respect each other, how to accept, how to deal with different
yeah.
ways of thinking. I completely
Understand.
agree.
That's what I think we should start from home. The mothers, especially,
That's
should
true.
start educating their son with household chores and all that. It's not a gender role. Everybody's responsibility. You see. So all this, the first we should start from home. The mothers should take initiative. Of course, the fathers too, because some families, you see, girls, they are so pampered. The mom does everything for her. Some
That's
moms
true.
are not. Some moms say, no, you got to learn how to cook. You have to learn, you have to wash your clothes, you have to do housework, But some moms nowadays, they do everything themselves. They get the maid. They don't bother even to teach their daughters to cook. This can
That's
also be
true.
one of the reasons once they settle down. So I think the father should also take initiative. If you ask my father will ask, sometimes will ask, why are you not doing housework, always your sister is doing. you know he did ask because he feels that you should learn how to cook, how to manage home as a girl child. You see, so everything, parents, teachers, you know everybody got to take initiative. Before anything, we as an individual have to take initiative, like career woman and professional woman should take initiative to go and learn about it. There's so many magazines, there's this in Google's. You can learn about it. You can have friends. You can go for networking session where you learn from battered women and how to resolve it. You know how to resolve it. Attend forums, but see, like now we are having forums. We can talk about it. So to create awareness. So I think a career woman should also take initiative so that they can safeguard and learn how to handle the domestic violence, a crisis, abuse at home. You see, otherwise, all the education we have means nothing at the end of the day. They can't even work. Once they have this kind of partner, they can't even go to work peacefully. Women, it's so difficult to be a mom. That's why I always admire women with career. You have to juggle between your work as well as your home, you know, and your children, your husband, everything, whatever happening,
That's true.
you are the home minister, and you also you have to go out and work and bring back money. You see, so it's very tough. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's real.
yeah, so we got to. I think we shouldn't be waiting others to teach us. We should learn how we have to educate ourselves in this area as well. Yeah,
That's true. Not wait for the others, but do that for you. And today,
yeah,
with the technology, you can learn anything. You can
yeah, anything.
learn new languages. You can learn anything. But this
Yeah,
is also another thing that we are not doing because we are not teaching. We are not teaching our kids and teenagers how to learn. They are
yeah,
just using their cell phones to watch series and movies and playing games, but we need to teach them to learn. They can learn anything, but they are not using these tools to learn.
yeah. They are
They
learning
are
all the
just,
wrong stuff. They are learning the
yes,
wrong stuff by in fact, by having this gadget in your hands, everything at your fingertips. They are smart. They learn a lot of things, but I see that nowadays generation, they're learning all the wrong things besides what they have to work on. You see,
exactly.
that is the problem. That is the problem which is ruining their lives. You see, very sad.
Yes,
So, I mean,
that's
when the child
true.
is small, when the child is very young, the mom can take control, can guide the child. But once they become teenagers, it's very easy. They go out of control. So parents have little control over young generation nowadays. So
That's true. Yes,
I think the only way to their heart is the mother, the parents. Especially the mother have to have a closer bonding with their children. They need to be loving to their children. Try to create opportunities, space to speak to them. Maybe their father strict. It's okay. Like we should know when to let go the rope and when to pull the rope. This is the technique my parents use. They are strict
yes,
at the same time they are close to us.
it's
So much so.
important.
Yeah, we don't hate our parents for caning us. Like my dad, he canes. I don't hate him until today. If you come to my house, you see all my parents' photograph everywhere. They're so dear to me. So why parents go to think that, of course we cannot abuse the child, but when you need to spare the rod, you need to spare the rod at the right time, not after they have grown up. You can't do anything. Yeah.
Yes,
So
that's
I think
real.
we can do it. Yeah. Yeah. Dr. Anju,
Agree with you.
you want to say, or you want to is there any one, I think one more question, right?
Yeah, that was really a very good discussion going on, and so I thought I should patiently listen. But Coach Verma, I just have one question for you. Like we were discussing about the changing roles, and especially if we see the today's age, we are talking about technology, we are talking about innovation, we are talking about making education inclusive, we are talking about global partnership. So I just have a question, like just blending all of them together, like how global partnerships, then technology, innovation, how can these be better used to create more inclusive and empowering learning environment for the women and girls?
Well, as we have been talking, we're living today in a time where technology can either widen the gap or close it. So it depends on us as teachers, as parents, as mentors, helping them to understand and help them close it and not make it bigger. I believe that we should all the time we should choose to close it. How can we do it? Global partnerships are essential because no single country or organization can solve inequality alone. When schools, NGOs, governments, and businesses work together, they can bring resources to create inclusive programs. So, technology, when used inclusively, can give underserved girls access to the classroom, they could never attend presentially. As we were talking before, today everyone can learn anything online, but we should be guiding these kids, these teenagers, how to learn the good things, how to use the technology to learn the things that will have benefits on their lives and not the opposites. There are online courses, mentorship programs, and AI can help them learning about anything and break geographical barriers. For example, you are in India, you are far away from Brazil, and at the same time, we are here having this discussion about the SDGs and how to empower girls and women. So, thanks to the technology. In my work, I've been using the technology to connect my students here in Brazil with people from different countries, and then they have realized that it's not just about learning how to speak English. It's necessary understanding about different cultures, different ways of living, because when you understand the way other people live, the way they think, you learn how to respect. And this way we are building peace. That's why I believe that it's necessary this collaboration, and I have been having these collaborations for long. I have met Esther, Dr. Esther, I guess from the pandemic, 5 years so far, and we have seen and collaborating each other into different platforms, and it is necessary that innovation must serve as inclusion. When global partnerships and technology align with equity, they become powerful tools to empower girls and women everywhere. But again, as we said, it's necessary that we help our kids, our teenagers, how to use it correctly. Otherwise, they will be just spending and wasting their time learning things that won't happen, won't help them become better people. So it's necessary, mainly the parents' guidance, the teachers' guidance, and together, if we work together, teachers, parents, mentors, we can make a difference. And I always say that it's important that because everyone, when we talk about the SDGs, about the agenda, the global agenda, we want to change the world. But how can we change the world? We are just simple people. How can you do it? We make the difference when we work in our community, when we make a difference with our students, with our family, with the people from our community. So I do my part here in Brazil, in our community. You do that there in India, in Malaysia. If each of us do our part where we are together, we will be able to change the world. And collaborating, we can help each other, we learn from each other, and then we will be day by day, we'll be able to change things, and we'll be able to make our communities a better place to live, and in the future a better world to live in. Following the SDGs, making them real in our communities, and then we will be helping the United Nations to get organized and make it a better world. I truly believe, and I'm so thankful for the opportunity of being here and connecting and learning. And this way, we are sure that together we can make a difference. Each one in our communities, but yes, we can make a difference. And it's really important that we believe and that we teach our kids that even they are small, even they are young, they can make a difference in their communities. Learning, protecting the environment, separating the trash, saving water, respecting people, they can also make a difference. And together we're gonna be changing the world to a better place for everyone.
Yes, exactly. You see, like how, like at home, I think mothers should also teach their daughters. You see, as much as men is abusing women at home, at work, harassing them, and all that, there are also many women nowadays abusing men. You know, they are. We can say domestic violence does not only happen to women; it also happens to men nowadays. Many men are
Unfortunately.
suffering. Yeah. For example, many women, because they are educated, education, they abuse, they misuse whatever they have. See, education is a very good tool rather than weapon. It's not a weapon for you to use against others. It is a tool for you to use to nurture your life as well as those around you. You see, but
Agree.
nowadays, I don't know how much you will agree, but I can say as much as I observe a lot of things happening, women are equally abusive towards their partners because they forget their role. Yes, we house chores is no longer a gender role, but women play a more crucial role at home because you have to maintain your femininity. You are a woman. You know, if you refuse to cook all the time for your husband, if you refuse to do anything for your husband, it's not that your husband, your partner cannot do housework, not capable of doing. This is the way we should know. We women, especially professional women, that's why we see nowadays the rate of divorce is very high. It's not because the causes are not only due to men. So because the women, they don't know how to handle their partners. They don't know what is the family values. You see? See, they
Agree.
don't know their responsibilities. They think they are still with their mothers, getting the mother to do everything. And now the husband is there to do everything for them, which is wrong. You see, no matter, we Indians always believe, like Dr. Anjum is Indian as well, from India. I'm a Malaysian Indian. My grandparents are from India. Okay, so we are still the same Indian. Our culture is the same, but only thing that we live in different country. So always the woman have to serve husband, serve the man. It's not like slave, but this is expression of love. Like when you serve your child with good breakfast, you give what your child need. Your child will be able to appreciate your love, right? Same to your partner.
It has to
When
be
you provide,
collaborative.
yes, it's an expression of love. Don't see it as you are a mate or a slave to the man. When we talk about women submitting to husband, it doesn't mean you are a slave to men. you know you are the helpmate, whether you accept it or not. That is the fact. We are created as helpmate to the man. Because we women, we can live alone. Even we are old, we can cook ourselves, we can wash ourselves, we can do a lot of things ourselves. But men, it's not that they cannot do, they are not cut out for that. They are not made for that. They are hunters. They are breadwinners. They are originally, they are hunters. They go out and hunt, for the family. They work hard to bring back money and all. Of course, but we women should not lose our femininity. When we lose our femininity, we become more like men ruling our partner. That begins the domestic violence. You see, normally men are hot tempered, they cannot take it. When you answer them back, you don't treat them well, very rude, they feel they are not respected and they retaliate by abusing, hitting, killing, even sometimes. Like you say, many women were killed. So, we women also are partly to be blamed in some family. You see, some families, and even nowadays, you see. So, and women, a lot of women nowadays, although they just work as a normal worker and all, but they're very demanding from their partners. Very demanding. I need everything. I'm the queen. I work, I keep my money. Yes, my money is my money. Your money is also my money. But it doesn't mean you have to treat your partner like a slave. He is your slave. He's a jackpot machine. Many women are treating. So we should also look into why we have all these problems. You see, at home, especially. You see. So
Yeah.
equally at work, yeah, at work, of course, as we know, women with the same qualification, same number of working hours, even we do more multitasking, but we are paid 46% lesser than men. At work,
Perfect.
yes, yeah, okay. This topic is, of course, interesting.
We would be
Yeah,
talking non-stop for
yeah,
hours.
yeah, yeah. We love this topic
Yes.
very much. Yeah, Dr. Anju,
Yeah.
back to you before we close. Dr. Anju, please. So, is there anything you want to share, Coach Wilma?
No, I guess that's all.
That's all.
I would just thank you for having me here. I'm so
Yes,
happy to
great
be
pleasure.
here learning
Great
from you. Thank
pleasure.
you.
We love to have you again on our platform in other settings. And Dr. Anju, shall we close?
Yeah, we can close.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Coach Vilma, for coming here, for being appearing on our platform. I'm very sure our audience and we too enjoyed. I and Dr. Anjum also enjoyed your sharing,
Thank
and
you.
I think it's a very good session. We always have very good panelists with us. We are blessed with that. I thank God for that. Yes. So, dear audience, thank you for your precious time. Thank you for your continuous support. Thank you, Inga Tatsibili from Georgia. She's one of our fervent supporters. So welcome again to our another session. Next week we have another wonderful panelist with us, and tomorrow we have our professional masterclass with Professor Rania on research topic, and Friday is off for Coffee with Esther because I'm going to appear as a panelist in an international podcast. Okay, so we'll meet again in next SDG forum on next Wednesday. Thank you and stay tuned always. Look out for our sessions. Bye.
Thank
Happy
you.
weekend.
Bye bye. God
Bye
bless.
bye.